Hey YouTubers, this is EMDSC14R and this is a special video on my HHP-8 Kadee coupler modification. You've seen this unit a couple times in several videos pulling my silver Meteor and silver star trains on my layout, and you're probably wondering, how did I ever get the Kadee couplers to fit on each end of the locomotive? I will say this, Bachmann didn't make these engines Kadee coupler compatible, so you have to do extensive modifications to the unit to actually get the Kadee couplers and coupler boxes to fit inside the plastic housing of the front of the locomotive. So I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay, I had the locomotive front disassembled. And when you're doing this modification, you're going to need several things. You're going to need this type of screw. So it's a 0-48 by 3/8 screw, which is basically the same diameter of screw that comes with the stock Bachmann HHP-8. The only thing is it's longer. You will require a longer screw because the stock screw will not fit and will not be long enough to hold the nose section on. You will also need, and I hope you guys can see it, it's a .125 by .250 piece of styrene for this section here. So you actually have to remove the original cast-in coupler box, which is basically a round piece of plastic that allows the Easy Make coupler to fit, and then you have to take your standard file, preferably your flat file like this, and you have to extensively file the sides in and around here. And then also with the coupler box, you have to do the same thing. That's the easy part. Now you must do a lot of test fitting to make sure this fits, but the hard part is you have to do that kind of mill work to the chassis. And it fits perfectly. I should go back in here and tweak it just a little bit, but that's the kind of mill work that you have to do. If you look, it's pretty extensive, and I used my dremel tool with the grinding head. Let me get that out. Hold on. Let me just put that there for a second. It'll just take a second, y'all. You basically take your Dremel tool with this grinder head and basically, not really supposed to do this, but as long as I don't move it from side to side, it won't scratch the paint. And you basically, and this is going to be for, this is just for illustration purposes, it's not actual thing. You're going to go along the sides here, and you're going to go against the back, and you're going to go on this side here. Then you're going to lay it like this. Let me switch hands so you guys can see this better. Then you're going to go in here like this, and you're going to keep this parallel to the chassis, and you're going to go back and forth like this. You also have to mill this down too. So you're going to go back and forth like that until, I'm sorry. At the same time, periodically you have to go and test fit. Now that piece of styrene goes right there, and then the screws that I just showed you fit into the stock hole, but they're long enough that it enables you to hold the whole section on. Now let me show you exactly how this fits. So that's how it's supposed to fit. Now if you can see, my coupler box is slightly crooked. I need to go onto the top section here and mill out some more to make it straight. But I haven't really seen a problem with it. I might do that, I might not, but that's how the coupler box is supposed to fit. And then once you're done, and always test fit, it took me about, I would say, 2 to 3 hours to do this engine, maybe, because I had to do a lot of test fitting and double checking. But once you're finished, I mean, you really don't see a difference. You don't really see too much of a difference in the front. when you put the Kadee coupler box on. And the cool thing about it is, since it's Kadee compatible now, you won't have to worry about your engine coming undone from the rest of the train because it has a Kadee whisker coupler on there. And since you're using the Kadee coupler boxes, that's also a big plus as well. So that's basically how you make that modification to your Bachmann HHP-8. I'm not sure if the newer HHP-8s have coupler boxes that would enable you to just put the Kadee coupler in there. If they kept it the same, then I'm pretty much gonna have to do the same modification. But I'm pretty sure that if I had to do this again, or when I have to do this again, it'll probably take me maybe an hour and a half, because you have to take your time. You cannot rush this. And the thing about this is, the styrene block here actually acts as a brace so that your coupler box sits completely level while inside of the nose. So let me see if I can lift this up. So that's the whole purpose of it, because the original one wouldn't have done that. And it's filed and sanded to fit inside there. But the cool thing is, it's the original Kadee coupler box. So that's a good thing. So it allows you to have mobility of the coupler while at the same time retaining the original factory length of the coupler and the factory look of the engine, just with Kadee couplers. That's what I was looking for when I did this modification. I wanted it to look factory, and it came out good. It came out great. You know, if it wasn't for God and Him giving me that idea, it wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be seeing this video right now. It's a similar modification to what I did to my Acela, but not really that extensive. Matter of fact, the Acela modification that I did is way easier compared to this. But yeah. So I just wanted to share this with you guys, and I hope you guys are able to do this to your HHP-8s. So yeah, I'm getting rid of all easy make couplers, even though they're, you know, knuckles, but they have a tendency to break after a certain amount of tension on them, or they uncouple. But Kadees, nuh-uh. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.